Hey guys, it's me, Roger Jules. This is how I look. Ugly, right? I'm just kidding. Anyways, I decided to do a new series of videos where I just talk about things. I mean, I just have a lot of stuff on my head I'd like to talk about. And today I want to be talking about my life in college so far. I'm an upcoming junior in the University of Connecticut, or UConn for short. I was in UConn Waterbury for 2 years, and I will be attending the main campus UConn stores this fall. I'm really excited to living on my own, really for the first time, having a roommate, and just living independently. But before I get into that, I just like to remind my viewers and subscribers that you're more than welcome to add feedback on any of my logo history videos, whether I'm missing a logo history or any requests you like me to do, or even like how can I better improve my videos to reach a bigger audience. So college, it's an experience. It was a good experience. It was a not so good experience. I like to look at the positive side of things, but I also like to be honest and frank, so I say it was half and half. Not so good, but not so bad either. So, during my senior year, I applied to 8 colleges. S- Only one was out of state, the University of Minnesota. And I got into UConn, which was my top school. And I also applied to Yale as a chance shoot because I was doing very well in high school. I mean, I didn't get that was the only school where I didn't get accepted. And based on what I've been hearing from you, I think I know why. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so I chose UConn. It was the best option. My dad works for UConn, so he could waive the tuition. I don't have to pay tuition because he works as an employee over there. And I also received some type of scholarship, so that helps as well. And despite all that, I still had to go to UConn Waterbury. I was accepted to UConn stores, but I had to go to UConn Waterbury because we gotta make the money meet, you know. And so I went to UConn Waterbury without having to pay anything, and it won't be the same for UConn stores because it's a lot more expensive. I mean, I still have to pay what, like $2,000 with all the scholarships applied that I currently have. And ever since junior year, I've been looking for scholarships. Barely found anything aside from that UConn scholarship and some $150 scholarships that I got from high school. There were the other schools I got accepted to offer me scholarships too, but they were. And so I what I've also done to look for money is try to apply for jobs, internships over the summer, and that hasn't been really fruitful eater. I mean, I've got an internships that pay me like a $2,000 stipend. And other than that, I've also gotten money from training in jobs. I mean, I never I never really had like a working full-time job yet, like at Target or retail store or anything like that. I've been applying. I haven't been wasting my time, but no one wants to get back to me. I guess I don't know if it's the age where people are starting to get replaced by machines, or there's just so much of a market out there that it's hard for a college student to find a job nowadays, because maybe they don't want just high school diploma. They want like a bachelor degrees from McDonald's or something. I mean, this. I mean, what's gonna happen next to this world? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I first started attending UConn Waterbury August of 2017, and it was very. I mean, it wasn't the college experience per se, but it was still an experience where barely any of my friends from high school were there. I mean, actually, there was no friend that I really knew from high school, so everyone there was completely new to me. So most of the people were from around the Yukon, from around the Waterbury area. There was only one person who used to live where I come from, Bridgeport, and other than that, it was completely new for me. And it was my first time I had to drive back and forth to school on my own. I mean, if I didn't have a license by then, I don't know how I would make it to school. Maybe by train or get dropped off every day. And so I went to college. I'm going to college to major in ecology and evolutionary biology, basically biology. And most recently, I've opted for a minor in digital arts because my plan is really to research animals. My plan is to actually, I have three plans for my future concerning this major. One of them is to just research species, see what we can do with them for humanity, for the environment, etc. Another thing is to learn how to use them for renewable resources such as solar power and geothermal power. Also know know what could be used as a cure for disease. Like that's what I want to participate in. And the third option that I have, and that's the reason why I opted for digital arts, is to make movies. Like I want to travel. I want to go out into the wilderness and just get out my camera and record animals. I mean, I've been doing this since I was a small child, recording stuff, making small movies. I really wish I hadn't lost some of the first movies I made as like a 8 or 9 year old. I mean, they were on a they were on my dad's cell phone, which is now long gone and replaced by my dad's newer smartphone. So those are my three options that I want to pursue with the major. And yeah, I and my and as for biology, yeah, that also goes back to when I was young. I mean, I've always loved animals. I always loved to do science experiments on animals and just and I took full advantage of this despite living in kind of an urban environment. I mean, I live in the tri-state area of New York, and I took advantage of whatever was available there, like going to the zoo. I think I went to pretty much every zoo and aquarium in my state. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been to Beardsley Zoo, which is the only zoo in my state. I've been to Maritime and Mystic Aquarium, and and I've also gone to many other. I've also gone to the Minnesota Zoo and both zoos in Minneapolis. I don't recall their names at the moment, but my point is basically that I've taken full advantage of learning as much as I can about organisms, etc. And I'm really just reinforcing this in college because I want to be ready. I want people to take me seriously. Like it's not it's not just a bachelor degree I want them to look at. I also want them to look at how well I can do the work. And the thing is, people, it's not an easy path for me. Like I said, I I'm looking for financial aid. I simply want to go to college without having to be in debt in loans like many people are facing nowadays. I want to make it out with a job, and I will too. I will too. I mean, my sister Margarita Margarita she was able to do that. She went to Fairfield with a full ride, and she got out with her job at GE working for computers. She was able to do it. And as for my other sister, she was able to win some scholarships as well. So if the Lord can do it for them, He can do it for me. And speaking of my sisters, I'm pretty much the first one in my family to live in a dorm. I mean, my sisters never had to live in a dorm. They went to universities that were close to home, so they were commuting all their years. But as for me, I'll have to go to UConn stores because my major cannot allow me to stay in UConn Waterbury. I have to go up there to complete it. So it's really a new experience for my parents, my family, and I'm just trying to be prepared for it. So I talked about what my academic and my finances. As for the social aspect, I mean the social aspect was fun. So I met a lot of great friends over there, and and I have to say that it was a better start socially than what I had in high school. I mean, I could talk about that some other time as well. And despite UConn Waterbury being a small campus, there's always a chance to have fun over there, from movie nights, just having a good time partying, and it was always a good thing that when they had free food, because I never want, because I don't like to buy food. I like to make my own food at home because, hey, I'm looking for financial aid. I want to spend money every day on like pizza and peace. um, yeah, let me make my own food that I can trust at home. Save money that way. But whenever Yukon Waterbury has free food, it's like great. Cause and I'm even trying to do that at Yukon stores too. Like I'm not trying to sign up for any meal plan. I'm really I mean I already got my housing in place. I bought an apartment so that I could have a stove, refrigerator to cook and store my food. Even if I do order from the dining halls, I plan to order by my credit card. I don't want to sign up for that expensive meal plan. But yeah, the social life was fun over there, and I met a lot of good friends over there. A lot of helpful seniors and funny freshmen. So that's basically what I have to say about my college life. It's it's not easy, and I did struggle. I also want to point out that I like I said, I did do good in high school, and then I kind of stumbled a little in college. I got I got nothing less than a B, but it still was a struggle, especially in chemistry. I mean, chemistry. Although it would, I don't even think is a lot of my peers blame it on the teacher, but I think it's because chemistry is just not a fun subject to learn. I mean, I don't see myself being a chemist anytime soon. And that was pretty much required of me, unfortunately, because I'm a bio major. So anyways, that's pretty much all I gotta say about my years at college so far. I'm really My hope is that things will circumstances will turn around so that I have a more enjoyable experience at stores than I did at Waterbury. I mean, Waterbury wasn't bad. It really wasn't. But it could have been better. And now let me be generic and just give some advice for people who are high school seniors, or they are not in school and are looking to go to college for the first time. I say my advice is, and this is also advice for this generation. I don't know how this advice will apply to people like 2,000, 3,000 years later. I don't know. But my advice for the people of 2019 is this: make sure you find the right college for you. Make sure it aligns with your end goals, the amount of money you have. Make sure that you are doing your research so that you are not caught in the schemes that people like to plan sometimes. Make sure you read everything that is given to you, whether it's a plot, whether it's an application or whether it's an email that they send to you. Make sure you get all your requirements, all your work done. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I mean, college for many people, especially you could get away with not studying before a test and still get like 100 and something on it. You can't do that in college. You gotta study. They feed you a lot of information, and and the schedule is also not the same. I mean, you're gonna have a you. I mean, my schedule, for example, I could have chemistry one day. I could have English and bio the next. I mean, it's never like a set schedule like in grade school. So you want to have good planning skills. You want to have good studying skills, and that's and there's always and there should be resources at your campus or your community in case you need help, in case you're struggling with that. And basically, if you want to be get involved in the campus, then just go for it. Don't wait. Don't try to anything. Just go ahead and do it, because really these some of these moments are. I mean, you never what you'll be interested in unless you just dive in. If you want to go skydiving at your skydiving club, just do it. If you want to dance, do it. I mean, definitely when I get to Yukon stores, I'll be looking forward to joining, like, say a film club or some type of club that aligns with my. Yeah, that's my advice for we're going to college, and that's all I have to say about college in general. That was really a nice talk, and I hope to do more talks like this about certain other subjects. And this is me, Roger Jules, signing up. Be on the lookout for more logo history videos and maybe more talks like this. All right.